Alright guys, welcome to the show. I want to talk a little bit about Polkadot today. There was a brother, he shared a tweet from someone who's clearly having a bad time. He's really annoyed. He's not happy with the current situation with DOT, and he's planning to dump it, and he's giving his reasons to why he wants to dump it. He's not a big influence or anything like this, but he's making some points, right? And believe it or not, all the points are valid, right? But the problem I see is the crypto market's not black and white. So you can't really give black and white descriptions, right? When you turn around and say something like, he made a statement, he said, Avalanche has now flipped the market capitalization and is now higher than DOT. You can't make that comparison, because first of all, what you have to understand is tokenomics. How many tokens do they have against how many tokens do these guys have? And then you have to do some maths and say, well, what's their current price for per coin, right? And what's, DOT's price per coin. So you look at that. You've also got to look at what was the market high, right? The all-time high, for each one of these coins. And then multiply that and say, well, if that was the market high, previously, the total all-time high, then the valuation should be significantly more, right? For each one of these coins. And then that will give you a total max valuation that you could possibly have. So a lot of people got to see these kind of things. It's like they just don't see it. So obviously I understand he's frustrated, right? The market's frustrating. It's just how crypto works. And a lot of people who get frustrated more than others are people who end up buying at the wrong time. Okay, because if they buy at the wrong time, they suffer the most, right? They have to feel the pain the most. So obviously, in our cases, we've bought crypto at the bottom. DOT at the bottom. We've even bought it at the top. Current average is quite good. Personally, I'm above my average, so I'm not complaining. I could easily sell now and make a decent amount of profit. 5, 10%, 20%, whatever. You could do that, right? And I could exit. But saying that, I didn't invest into DOT over a short period of time. He made the same point as well. DOT, when they first launched, they made it sound wow. And that's what every project does, right? Who's going to buy into your project if it's not wow? Right? Think about it, right? It's a big fact. Whenever a project launches, it's a wow factor. That's what a lot of people want. People don't want projects that are straight to the point and just, that's it. Like if for example, if I go today and say, right, I'm going to launch a cryptocurrency, and my cryptocurrency does this, does that, and that's it. And there's no wow, right? There's no wow to it, right? It's just basic, just cryptocurrency. That's it, right? It's called crypto. Boom, that's it. What does it do? Nothing. You just hold it and hope the value goes up. That's it. People are not going to buy that. So every coin has to have something different, right? What are you bringing to the table? That's the key here, right? What are you bringing to the table that is different to the others? Now, each coin has its own kind of uniqueness to it, and most coins have a lot of similarities to it as well, right? So you got to understand this as well, similarities, right? For example, majority of the coins these days have smart contract creative tools, right? So you can make tokens, do whatever. They all have it. I would even go to the point and say like probably 99% of all cryptocurrency, because there's a massive number out there. So I can say 99% of all cryptocurrency has the ability to create smart contracts, right? Isn't that just the same as everything else? But then there are other unique factors, like for example, staking, right? Oh, how much do you get for staking? Or how many percentage you get for staking? Or token distribution? Or for example, how many tokens come to the market, right? Is it an inflationary coin? Is it a deflationary coin? How much do these guys hold up? So there are so many different factors involved that give value to a coin, right? Remember, you're not going to buy a boring coin. So whatever the facts he stated in that tweet, and it's a long tweet, it's like I said, 20 something, times a thread. So I'm not going to go through any of that actually, but just wanted to make people understand that, guys, listen, when you look at certain coins and you start making arguments and making comparisons, remember, everything's not black and white. All right, everything is not black and white. Am I bullish on DOT? Kind of not, right? But is there anything that, am I losing money on it? No, if I lost money on it, I'll leave it. Honestly, if I'm losing money, I'll leave it. Have I made some money on it? Yes, I've made some money on it, but is it enough? Because remember, the rules that I've played by is when it's enough for me, I'm out, right? So I'm waiting for it to be enough. And that's only because I bought a particular batch at the market top, or almost market top, right? And I made a mistake, right? So end of the day, we all make mistakes. And so that's what kind of said to me, well, I've paid that much money. I would love to recover at least that. But my average is so good that the quantity I bought at the bottom of the market, or at a lower price, actually helps me out a little bit and says, well, hold on, your average is this much. If you do sell now, then you make an average of this and you come out. So I'm not at a loss, right? That's how I'm going to look at it. So that's that. And then you've got another comparison that I also hate quite a bit as well, where people, like, they look at projects and they forget the fact that there are thousands, hundreds of thousands of projects now, right? And they'll be like, oh, this coin has pumped and done this, and this coin has pumped and done that, right? One of the for example, I always talk about, look at projects that have $1 billion invested in them. Well, there's one coin that, if you go to the coin market cap and look at the total capitalization and go down the list, you'll find the last project to have $1 billion. So less than that, there's 900 and XOs. I'm not talking about those. There is a project that has $1 billion. The last one, guess what that is? FTT. For God's sake, FTT. I mean, I wouldn't even piss on it. Full stop. I don't care what it does. I'm not going to piss on it. That shouldn't even exist there. That should be taken out, right? And then in reverse, I want to talk about another coin, the number 3 coin. Number 3 coin is USDT. 80-something billion dollars. Again, guys, do you not understand? That shouldn't be there, because that being there only implies that people are sitting on USD. They're not sitting in crypto. So the money is sitting in the money, right? So US dollar is sitting, or whatever currency is sitting on your US dollar pegs. So ultimately, that doesn't solve the problem. Do you know what I mean? We need those, like that one, number 3, to go down to like number 100. Do you know what I mean? Go to 100. That means the funds are in crypto. Funds are not in crypto. Think about it. And I'm just talking about one coin. I'm not talking about the others, USDC, TUSD, and God knows how many others. I'm not even talking about them. When you combine all of them, I think the market cap is pretty much same, if not larger than Ethereum. Think about it. So if you take all of the USD pegs, they're larger than Ethereum. Think about it, right? That's crazy. People don't see that. That's where the money's sitting. Money's not sitting in crypto. So imagine that money filters back into crypto, then see what it does. Like for now, for example, I'll give you a good example. DOT had, the all-time high was around $55. Off the top of my head, $55. Currently sitting at $5 and something. The way I look at it is, if we go back to the all-time high, whatever the current market capitalization is, which is 6.86 billion, I believe, multiply that by 10. Right? And you get your number. So if it's at 6, we're looking at $60 billion. That will be the total market capitalization. Think about that. AVAX, currently at, what was it? I think it's, $7 or $8 billion. All-time high was $120 or $130. Current price is $20. Multiply that 6 times, and that's the valuation you're going to get. So if you start doing that kind of maths, like, okay, from 6 point whatever billion dollars, multiply that 10 times, because that's what it's going to be. The all-time high is 10 times higher than what it is now. That gives you a ridiculous number. But then you do the AVAX number, 6 times multiplication, it doesn't really look higher. You know what I mean? There's so many different factors involved, guys. You've got to really understand. So don't just look at one thing, or don't just compare one thing. Remember, the market is not black and white. Okay, so this is a bonus video today, just because a friend obviously shared the thing, and I thought it's great, and I didn't disagree with him. I'll be honest with you, I did not disagree. I said everything this person said on the tweet is 100% true, but it's also true for everything else. He's talking about manipulation. He's talking about private investors, VC funding, this, that, whatever, large capitalization coming in, 100%. Treasury, this, that, whatever, 100%. You're not wrong, but it's not black and white. So each project, you got to understand, and there's more maths involved. Just because something pumps up and becomes rank number 2 and not rank number 3, whatever you want to call it, obviously not, but I'm just saying it moves up a few ranks, doesn't necessarily mean that basically it's higher. Do the maths, do the full maths, and see, okay, what would be the entire total market capitalization if we take this particular coin and go to the all-time high with whatever we have now. So we're just looking at all-time high price. We say, okay, we go back to all-time high. What's the total valuation going to be? Well, actually, it's going to be less than what DOT is going to be if DOT goes back to 55. So think about it that way, right? But yeah, other than that, look, I'm not saying, I'm not, saying anything for DOT or against DOT or for AVAX or against AVAX. I love both the coins. I own both the coins. So, I'm not going down that route. Okay, let's just put it that way. I'm not going down that route. The rules are very simple. You pick your coins, whatever the reasons are, you pick your coins. No financial advice. I always say, if you do pick your coins, stick to the top 10. You want to diverge a little bit more, then go to, top 20, maybe even top 50. But don't go anything below that. Also keep in mind, if it's got $1 billion, it's good, obviously, apart from FTT, right? So we're looking at the rank 49 basically right now. So anything above 49, you're good, right? Excluding the USD coins, obviously. And those are safe coins to play with. And that's how I see it, at least, right? But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those kind of things. I looked at it, I was like, seriously? Come on, guys, come on. Market is what the market is. Different coins will pump in a different way. Like, for example, the other day we had, there was a coin, Celestia. I talked about Celestia. It pumped 50 something %. The following day it pumped like 20 something %. The following day it pumped like 30%. So it was pumping, which is great. We've had, crypto.com on a single day. On average, it did about, I think, 7 to 8%. And then on one particular day, it did a 30% pump. And then it dumped, right? So when this happens, people will take profit. You've got to understand this as well. So you also have to have the same mindset that, okay, I'm entering here. This is my coins that I'm going to pick, pick 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. The lower the number, the safer you are. Let's put it this way. I know people talk about diversification, right? Where you diversify your portfolio 100%, right? But you shouldn't diversify too much. Like if you end up having 1,000 different coins, then you lose track, right? 100, even that's a lot as well. But say, for example, to play safe, you stick around with 5 to 10 coins, right? That's all you need, 5 to 10 coins. You pick 5 coins or you pick 10 coins, whatever you want, and just stick to them, right? And when they each make 10%, 20%, cash out. That's all you have to do, cash out. But at the same time, when the market's pumping, remember, enjoy the pumps, but don't lose your emotional control. Be in control that you can press that button and take that profit out, because that's the one mistake everybody makes. Even I make this mistake, right? There was a coin the other day. I had some coins from the other day and I saw the pump and I was significantly in profit. All right. I was literally like double my money. I didn't press the button. I didn't press the button. But saying that, not pressing the button doesn't do anything. It didn't change anything for me. All it did was, I'm going to come out. If I do sell now, I'll make 10% less profit than I would have. Right? That's all it is. So 10% less would be technically 5% from where I would have been. So I'm still making 45%. So I'm okay with that. Or 90%, because I almost doubled my money. So that's how it is. And I'm not talking about leverage trading, guys. I'm not touching leverage trading right now. In fact, the market is being messed up with leverage trading. And of course, Ethereum. I'm cursing Ethereum. Ethereum, that bastard really needs to wake up and really needs to move above the, $2,142 level. It's on the weekly. If it can move above that and stay and print one candle above that, market's going to go completely north. However, we do have a chance to go south as well. But I have mentioned on the previous videos, this is a bonus one, but on the previous video with the chart, I specifically mentioned that, guys, the weekly, yes, we're overbought, but then the daily, we're coming for a reset. That means there are good potentials out there. Weekly, I'm not taking too much concern because it's a longer term data. Yes, it's a lot more stronger, but you also have to look at the short term thing and see where it goes from there. So that's how I'm looking at this anyway. But other than that, like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you on another one very soon. This is a bonus one. I might not make anything tomorrow or the day after, but if you do have something you want to talk about, bring it along. Shoot at me, and I'll see if I've got time or whatever. I'll make something. So I'm always out and about. So I'll definitely make something and I'll send it off. But other than that, guys, like, share, subscribe, and let me catch you on another one very soon. Adios, my amigos.